What song I'm not allowed to use on YouTube today? Indianapolis Colts are the best team in the NFL, and that's not according to me. That's according to ESPN. You see that? Something like that? See that? See how that's working? Before we play the song, two quick things. One, if I continue to get copyrighted on my videos for playing a song I like, I will. I'm not pissed about it. But I'm about to attempt, try to not get copyrighted. Also, second thing, Brian Upchurch, I don't think you care if I play your music in my videos. So if you could tell these motherfuckers somehow that it's okay, I would appreciate it. If not, I'll get banned. Fuck you, I don't care. Ready? Nah, fuck you, Brian. Fuck you, YouTube. I don't care. Ready? All right, rolling. I built me a castle to chillin'. Exit my line with a text saying, hey, when we killin'. But I ain't gon' reply because I'm a different guy. And now I feel alive. Watch me juggle keys to these rides. No high beams cause my eyes bright. World looking at me with some thin eyes. I'm dangerous to walk around every interaction on thin ice. And even if I drown in my own sorrow, I'm still going down, being so ice cold. If I destroy my life, at least it's all I know. The price to be remembered, I don't make my move. We played a little more of that song than I should have, but I like that song, man. We'll see what happens with the video. Anyway, how y'all doing today? We're going to be talking about the Indianapolis Colts, as you would have guessed. So today we're going to be going over some stats, some studs and duds, some just overall pretty much going to be talking about why the Colts are so good this year. And I made a video like this in the past, made a podcast like this in the past, but I think it's worth going over again because we've beat a couple of really good teams since then that people say we're not allowed to beat, and we've only beat these bad teams and all this. So I think it is definitely worth revisiting some. I think anybody who's a pretty big football fan will be on Twitter at some point. And Colts Twitter has been pretty crazy recently. Like mainly talking about. Here's the headline. It says Daniel Jones powers Colts to 6-1 start. Sparks extension buzz. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Daniel Jones is excelled in his first 7 games with the team, passing for 1,790 yards, 10 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, while posting a 105.9 passer rating. His performance has driven the Colts offense to averaging 31.1 points a game, marking their best start since 2014 and positioning them in the AFC as the AFC contender. With his contract expiring after 2025 and backup Anthony Richardson injured, analysis project a potential 4-year, $204 million contract extension amid discussions of his past inconsistencies with the New York Giants. Benkert, Benkert. I think it's that dude who used to be a quarterback. Like he was in the quarterback, or he was in the NFL for a few years, played like behind Aaron Rodgers and stuff. Sleeper NFL. Sleeper is a like a sports app. Posts a photo of Daniel Jones and says, "Is Daniel Jones the front runner of comeback player for comeback player of the year?" And that Kirk guy says, "Has anyone ever won MVP and comeback player of the year in the same year?" So, talk a little bit about this here, and then ML Football says projection. Colts star Daniel Jones is projected to sign a 4-year, $204 million contract extension. This is an average annual value of $51 million per year, the 10th highest QB in the league. Jones is playing at an MVP level this season, and Indy is 6-1. And a few more talk about this as well. Here's what I want to say about this. I have no problem with extending Daniel Jones. I don't. I think it's a little early. I think it is October the 22nd. We could calm down a little bit. As much as I think he's great, like Daniel Jones has exceeded all expectations, all of that. $204 million is going to be a lot of money that we need. We need to pay other players as well. We can't. The reason why Daniel Jones is having so much success is because of all of his supporting characters, all of his supporting cast, all of the other people around him are so good at keeping him in the pocket, clean pockets, at catching balls, at running the football. Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in the league. Don't you think that maybe contributes to our success just a tiny bit? Now, it's not to say he wasn't in our I wasn't on the team the past couple years and we failed because we did, but you mix competent quarterback play with amazing, amazing running back play and very good wide receiver play from Pittman and Downs and Tyler Warden. I always want to call him Warden. It's Tyler Warren. Um, anyway, you mix in all that and just we're gonna get to Tyler in a second. Right now, we're talking about Daniel Jones, and then I guess JT a little bit. But so if you add in all the supporting cast that he has plus him, then it becomes something that we can sustain and win, and we're 6-1. Now, I don't think that Anthony Richardson just isn't capable at all of winning. He won some games, actually more than he lost. But the thing about it is there wasn't enough. How do I say this? He didn't have enough of the IQ. I don't want to say he wasn't smart enough because I don't think that's what it is. He's trying to avoid. I don't think he's not smart enough. That's not how I would word it. I think he's just too immature. He thinks that like he's so gifted physically that he doesn't necessarily have to do all of the other things. I think now he's learning that that's bullshit in the NFL because his talent has just kind of rode him along through high school and college. And although your pure raw talent might get you fourth overall, I personally, looking back in hindsight, I think that the reason we drafted him, the reason Shane Steichen believed in him, is because he thought that, yeah, I mean, he's been inconsistent in college and high school, sure, but he has all this physical ability that I can take him and I can make him into something that will be good. I can teach him these things. The problem with it is Anthony Richardson either A, didn't take to the teaching well, or B, Shane didn't teach him very well, which I don't think it's B. It's probably A. I mean, when you're saying stuff like the NFL is easier than college and you had a losing record in college, it's wild take. So we knew pretty quickly, pretty pretty quickly that he was gonna have a bit of problems in the NFL because he thought he wasn't going to. Like it's easy to tell someone tapping out or saying the NFL is easy. Like you don't put in the work you need. And I'm seeing this as an observer, as someone who's just observed. Uh, um, so let's get off that a little bit. Let's move into a couple other studs and duds, if you would. Studs, more studs. So what I would say is the only dud on offense I could really speak about and talk to would be A.D. Mitchell. And I think they're handling the A.D. Mitchell situation well enough that I don't really need to talk about it. I mean, in the last 3 games, he's had one snap for 8 yards. I think it was. He caught a ball, maybe more than one snap, but I know for a fact more than or only one catch last week. Maybe had more than one snap because I do remember a play of him being just confused, like him standing there like doing this, looking at Daniel Jones last week. I do remember that. I remember telling my brother like, "Wow, he's confused right now." Um, See, this guy, whenever I'm talking about this whole contract extension situation, this guy's name is Ryan Dunleavy. He says, honestly, that sounds too low. He asked the Giants for $48 million a year in 2023. That's crazy. I actually did not know that because if that's too low, if let's see, 4 year, 204 million. So that's like 51 million a year. If he asked the Giants for 48 million in 2023, I don't know. That's crazy. I did not know that. Um, it looks like comeback player of the year currently is actually locked up by Dak Prescott for some reason. I had to look up the odds for the comeback player of the year, and Dak Prescott is plus 100. Christian McCaffrey is plus 175. Aiden Hutchinson is plus 450. Daniel Jones plus 475. Stephon Diggs plus 2,800. Darren Waller plus 4,000. Trevor Lawrence plus 4,500. Chris Godwin 75. Carson Wentz 75. Hunter Renfrow plus 10,000. That's crazy. I'm gonna actually right here live and on this podcast. I am going to put a bet in. A should I do? Let's see how much a five. Let's do a $2 bet because I don't think the NFL is going to actually do this. So let's do a $1 bet actually, just because I don't think the NFL is going to really do this, and if they do, I'll shit myself. Let's do a $1 bet that pays out $6 for Daniel Jones to be the comeback player of the year, just for fun, right here on the podcast. Okay. So anyway, that being said, let's kind of move away a little bit from Daniel Jones because I want to talk about Jonathan Taylor, although I already did a little bit, because Jonathan Taylor is without a doubt the best player on the team. Look, when you run like this man runs, like it's almost like I would take it for granted. I believe a little bit too much in Indianapolis. At least I know I do because like we have the best running back in the league, and he just gets the ball, and we just expect him to get 10, 15 yards. Like, that's normal. Or 6 yards on a first down. Like, every running back in the league does that, and they don't do that. It's clear he's the leader of almost every stat in rushing available. Like, it is very, very crazy. Daniel Jones is first in QBR, quarterback rating, for the 2025 season. He is tied with first in the with first. Wait 1 second. I think I looked up the wrong thing. Apologize. I had last week's stats pulled up there. Forget what I just said. So Daniel Jones is first among QBs and QBR with a 79.9% rating. Jonathan Taylor, however, which is I need to stop talking about Daniel Jones because this is what happens to me on these podcasts. I'll get stuck on spotting. My brain will keep going back to them, just like it was AD Mitchell a few podcasts ago. Anyway. Jonathan Taylor is second in carries. He is first in rushing yards. He is first in rushing touchdowns. Let's see where that ranks in top 10 here. Okay. 1 second. Apologize there. I thought I was maybe giving out some wrong stats. I had to verify 100%, but no. Um. Hmm. So it looks like Dak Prescott is number one in QBR with 81.2, and that like just happened. And then Daniel Jones is 80.2. This is all according to ESPN here. So I was looking at I had some stats already and I thought those don't really sound right, so I looked up some more. Um anyway, sorry about all that, but yes, so it looks like he is second in QBR, but don't worry, JT is still first and all the rest of the things I already talked about, so that's good. Anyway, we saw the best running back in the league. We have one of the best quarterbacks in the league, top 2 or 3 at least. We have the best receiving core in the league. And I say receiving core because, like, Michael Pittman is great. Michael Pittman by himself, we've had kind of him like a couple years ago, pretty much just him by himself, you know. And he did great. I mean, Michael Pittman's a great receiver, but like by himself, he can't win 6 games in a row, you know. Like Josh Downs, another one who's really coming into his own. He's a great receiver, catches every ball. Still, you know, you can't have him by himself. So, uh, Tyler Warden, as great as he couldn't do as many things as he can do. He can't be the only player on the team that can catch a football. You know what I'm saying? Which has kind of been the situation over the last few years, unfortunately. Here, we've just not really had a good quarterback to throw the receivers the football, or has not really had the greatest receivers healthy at the right time for them to catch. You know what I'm saying? So, it already have a very good tight end. It's all really working together really well to not only open up that run game to help Jonathan Taylor, but also like they respect Jonathan Taylor so much that pass. So it's like they work hand in hand and really make each other do like great things, and it's pretty awesome to watch. To be honest with you, um, like leading the league in targets according to Pro Football Reference here is Michael Pittman Jr. with 47. Second is Tyler Warden with 45. Third looks like Josh Downs with 34. Alec Pierce is fourth with 27. Fifth is Jonathan Taylor with 25. Sixth is A. Mitchell with 14 targets. And then everyone else kind of follows there. Mo Alley has 6. Ashton Doolin 6. Anthony Gold 1. So, yeah. As long as I'm looking at these stats correctly. Yeah. So, all around, we're kind of just very good. Although studs are very easy, I think duds actually are too a little bit because I think the only real dud here is the defense in general, and not everyone, but there is a good contention of our defense that we're on the fifth string of or sixth string of, like our cornerbacks and stuff. Um, with Ward out on a concussion and uh, a couple other people out that are Kenny Moore's been out. He just recently came back. Um, who else has been injured? Oh yeah, our offense has been a little injured. But overall we've been pretty healthy on the offensive side, but defense has been a different story. So I really do think that we need a couple of other options on defense. I know we were working some guys out. We worked out a guy yesterday, I believe it was. Yeah. The Colts worked out several pass rushers today, including former Bucks offensive line or outside linebacker Shaq Barrett. That was a awful sentence I just put together. Let me try again. The Colts worked out several pass rushers today, including former Bucks outside linebacker Shaq Barrett. Look at that. Anyway, yeah, we're trying to help the situation out, and I really hope that we can pull our defense together. We've been good the last couple of games. We were all right 2 games ago. We were good last game, and we get a couple of these pieces back after this bye. Hopefully, we can get past the Titans, and then after the Titans, we play the Steelers, and then from the Steelers, we play the at 9:30 in the morning in Berlin. We play the Falcons. So, yeah, we can get through those couple of games. Even if we drop one to the Steelers, I won't be too excited, but it'll be okay. So if we can beat the Titans, I think it'll be easy. And if we beat the Falcons, I think as long as we play well, we will. and we will be fine. I am overall very excited about where this Colts team is going. Um, Gonna talk a little bit about the Pacers too, though, because the Pacers are starting up on Thursday, I believe it is, which is tomorrow, and I think that it's going to be a great year for the Pacers. They just extended Aaron Nesmith, gave him a big extension. And you guys see that rookie? What's his name? I think it's Cam Jones. Look it up so I don't misrepresent somebody here. Yes, that was his name. Um, got arrested for going too fast, going down a road, and I think it was the interstate, like 64 or I-70, one of the two. Um, and what Rick Carlisle said about it, standing next to Cam Jones here, is a little crazy. But why don't we play it?
About it than that, but he insisted on apologizing to the team today, and I just want to let him say a few words to you guys. Than that, heard my comments on the radio show today about this situation. My feeling is that this is going to turn out to be a speeding ticket, probably not much more. Kid was probably going to be late to practice. He was going too fast, and I'm not going to get into much more about it.
He was going too fast, trying to be late to practice. Was he, Rick? Well, he was driving 90 and a 50. All right, going a little fast, but you're still endangering lives. But on top of that, when the cop tried to pull him over, he ran. Is this on? Is this working? Rick, is this microphone broken? Is it broken? What's going on? Do you hear me? He ran from the police, my man. Like, it's gonna be a speeding ticket. Bro ran from the police, man. Like, I don't know why. Listen, if he was speeding and got pulled over and got a ticket, you can say this. I would not be mad. But he ran from the police. Okay? You can't just excuse it. You're the coach of a team who just went to the 7th game of the finals a little bit ago. Let's see what Cam Jones has to say.
He insisted on apologizing to the team today, and I just want to let him say a few words to you guys right now. I'm just deeply sorry to the organization, the fans. This is a very traumatic experience for me. Never been through anything like this, but definitely a mistake that I've learned from, and nothing close will happen. That's it. Yeah, sounded good. It won't happen again. No, deeply sorry to the organization, and looking forward to kind of go past and get back to work.
Cam seems to be handling it more better than Rick is. Like, I'm sorry, I won't do this again. My bad. Rick's just like, he's going a little fast, trying to get to practice. Like, if that's what it was, that's what it was. You're diminishing the situation. You ran from the police, my man. You gotta add that in there, my man. So I'm excited about Cam. I'm excited about the Pacers, but that right there was crazy, man. You gotta have more accountability than that. But I think the Pacers are gonna do good. The kickoff on Thursday, or the tip off, should I say, not kickoff, on Thursday, and I'm excited. 7:30 on Thursday. You be there. I can't wait to watch the Pacers this year. Appreciate you guys so much for watching, listening. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Twitter. All these are now at JD's Takes. That is either on Twitter. It is JD's at JDS underscore takes. So I have JD's Takes on Twitter, and on TikTok it is, I believe, the same. Well, actually, yeah, it is at JDS underscore takes on TikTok too. Follow me there. follow me everywhere that you follow people. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.